We'd been given permission for our entire group to go inside the pyramid and have the doors closed behind us and have all of the chambers available to us for almost 6 hours. And the anticipation was palpable. Everyone was so excited to be inside of the Great Pyramid. So while we were making the drive back, we'd left St. Catherine's Monastery. We were driving along the road. The Red Sea was to one side. We went through the military checkpoints about every 20 minutes at that time, where they would check passports. They would check just to make sure that everything was okay. And I'm sharing this part of the experience because all of these things added time to the journey, and time that should have been a factor in when we arrived in Cairo. All of a sudden, the bus stopped. And I was in conversation with a friend next to me, and I didn't pay much attention because I assumed it was just another checkpoint. But the bus stopped, and this time something different happened. I heard voices outside, and I looked out the window. And from the troop carrier that was in front of us, the military convoy, it was a large pickup with a canvas cover. I saw the military men coming out from the truck. They were milling around the road, and everybody was looking at their watch. And I looked in the mirrors, the rear view mirrors of the bus, and I could see that the troop carrier behind us was doing the same thing. These soldiers were just looking totally mystified. My driver left the bus, and he was talking with my guide. And that was when I knew something was up. So I got off the bus, and I went down, and I asked my guide, his name was Mohammed. Mohammed, I said, what's going on? I said, why have we stopped? Why is everybody milling around? Why does everybody look so confused? And he said, look where we are, my brother. And I said, we are in front of Sadat's tomb, President Sadat's tomb. It is a very well-known marker, but it's in the city of Cairo. And I said, here we are at Sadat's tomb. We made good time. And he says, no. He said, you don't understand. He said, we can't be here. We cannot be here yet. He said, it takes at least 7 to 8 hours to make this journey as we made last week when we came out. He said, it's only been 4 hours. It's only been 4 hours since we left St. Catherine's Monastery. That's the point of this story. It's a beautiful example of our relationship to time. What had happened in that experience in Egypt is this, and maybe you've had this kind of experience yourself. What happened was it was the anticipation, the mental and the emotional anticipation of everyone in this group, the 50+ people in this group, as a combined consciousness. In their hearts and in their minds, they were so excited to be inside of the Great Pyramid. In their minds and their hearts, they were already there. Now, there's a powerful difference here. I'm going to make a distinction. There's a powerful difference between feeling that you're already there and feeling that this trip is taking forever. This trip is dragging on. When are we finally going to get there? The emotional anticipation and the feeling that we were already in this pyramid. They were feeling what it would be like to be inside of this mystical monument that most of us have seen since we were children. We've seen it in the pages of books. They were feeling what this would feel like. What we now know through the science and what I'm going to share with you through this episode is how this emotional component of our experience ties into the mystery of time on a level where time becomes insignificant. So what I mean by that is when we are experiencing linear time, and that's the thinking that says, man, this is taking forever to get from point A to point B. I can't wait until we're there. That's very different than the emotional, the heart-based experience of actually feeling that we are at the place, that we have arrived. We're at the place that ends our journey. Because that emotion, science is now telling us, is occurring on a quantum level, and it's happening at a place where new discoveries have told us that time is insignificant, that time is essentially meaningless. Time either seems to speed up and pass too quickly when we're enjoying something that we really love, or if we're spending time with someone that we really enjoy spending time with, or maybe just the opposite maybe has happened to you. Maybe time seemed to slow down and drag through an experience that you really didn't enjoy. Well, in either situation, your experience was subjective, just like the people on the bus. And while the time shift definitely happened for you in your experience, it may not have happened for the people around you. And that's the point of what I'm saying here. Our experience of time, what happened to us on the bus, it involved not only us, but the field influenced even the military people in separate vehicles that were in front and behind our bus. Our experience of time appears to be directly linked to our personal as well as our collective experience. And that is precisely what happened with the group in Egypt. So, time. This is what this episode is all about. Every day we talk about time. We use it. We try to save time. We even have what we call daylight savings time. It fills our lives. But we've never been able to truly define the mystery of time.